I'm Claire Mislivy, physical therapist at Legacy Good Samaritan Hospital. I'm here today to show you a balance exercise routine as part of our Osteoporosis Bones and Balance program. So if you've seen the upper body and the lower body strengthening, this is the third edition. And aside from resistance weight-bearing strengthening, which is important for building healthy bones, the other really significant treatment for osteoporosis is fall prevention. And so balance is really a critical part of that. So now we're going to take a little kind of different exercise approach and focus on balance exercises. So the first thing we're going to do is actually stretch our calves. So if you have a chair here, you're going to step one leg back behind you, and this knee should be straight and the heel should be on the ground. And then you're going to lean forward until you feel a nice stretch in the back of your calves. Now, keep that heel on the ground and slightly bend that knee, and then lean a little farther. You should feel that stretch lower down towards that Achilles tendon. And then we're going to come up and switch legs. So the first stretch has knee straight. And chest stays up with this one, so we're not hunched over. Now slightly bend that knee. All right, and then come up. And we're actually going to start with some heel raises first. So when we think about fall prevention and balance, usually that comes in with our walking. And one of the muscle groups that we need for strong walking is our calf muscles. They help push us off as we walk, so we don't have that shuffled step that we can often see. So if you need support, you can hold on to a countertop or a chair. If you want to already start working on your balance, you can place your hands on your hips. But we're going to come up with both legs, lift those heels, and slowly back down. Just getting our leg muscles, our foot and ankle warmed up. Now, often these feel pretty easy, like a warm-up. So we're going to make that a little harder. And we're going to do a single leg heel raise. So for this one, I would say you want to hold on to something, okay? So you're going to lift one leg up so you're standing on one leg. And now we're going to lift our heel with 100% of our body weight on the one leg. So up and down. Try to keep your hands light on the surface that you're holding on to, so you're not using your arm muscles. And that should really feel like something on that leg. Good. And then we're going to switch legs, okay? Shake that one out if you need to, or even go back to that stretch. And then we're going to do the other leg. So lift that one leg up, and then try to lift your heel as high as you can here. Good job. Again, if it starts to get a little crampy, you can just stretch that leg out again. And then we're going to face forward. With all of these exercises, when we're working on balance, we want it to be challenging, but not so hard that we pose a safety risk. So, I always say keep something next to you, whether that's a countertop or a chair or the side of a wall. and you know it's there. So you can kind of hover your hand, and if you lose your balance, you can grab onto it, but you're not relying on it. So when you're doing these, really try to do the exercise that's challenging enough for you, but that's not too hard, okay, where you're really feeling like you're gonna, topple over. So where we're gonna start is your feet about hips width apart, okay? And we're gonna do what I call ankle circles. So I'm standing up, I'm feeling the weight through my legs, and I'm kind of shifting my body to make a circle in terms of weight shift. Okay, again, if you need to kind of keep this close, that's fine. And here, we're really feeling our foot and kind of that sensation. What does it feel like to shift onto my toes, to the side, to the heels, and back around? So these don't have to be fast. I want them to be slow. Your core should be engaged here, so you are standing nice and upright. One more time around. And then we're going to reverse direction. So whichever way you were circling, switch it. Couple more. All right. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do what we call tandem stance. So you're going to do a heel toe motion. So take your right heel and place it in front of your left toe. Now, if that's too challenging for you, you can always step that right foot out to a space that is narrow enough that it's challenging, but not so narrow that you can't hold yourself up, okay? So modifications here. And then once you get yourself settled, feel your core engage, your butt muscles engage, your chest is lifted, and try to let go of that support. Now, if this is challenging enough for you, just work on staying here. If you'd like to try a bigger challenge, then you can kind of move forward through the next steps. So, one of the ways we can make this more challenging is to close our eyes. So I do always recommend that you have that chair, maybe start with your hand holding, close your eyes, and then see if you can kind of gradually let that hand go away. You'll find yourself shaking a little bit more. The goal here is to feel that sensation with your eyes closed and squeeze those muscles to hold yourself upright, okay? When in doubt, you can always open your eyes and try again. And if at any moment you need to take a step out of it and come back in, go ahead and do that. The other way that we can challenge our balance is to add head motions. So this is really functional. Think when I cross the street, I have to look, right and left as I'm walking, or I have to look up at a light and down at the sidewalk. And so we're gonna do both up and down and side to side here. So again, get yourself centered. We still have our right foot in front, okay? You've got your balance, you're nice and strong. Now we're gonna do up and down first. So keeping your balance, we're gonna slowly move our head and eyes together, look up, and then look back down. Up and down. We're going to do 2 more of these, looking all the way up and down. 1 more, up and down. Okay, and then again, if you need to hold on or step out, you can, okay? And then we're gonna, again, get that right foot in front, get yourself square, and we're gonna look side to side now. So we're gonna turn and look right, to the center, and left, center, right, center, and left, center, 2 more, right, center, left, center, right, center, and left. Good. And it's normal, if you even notice on my leg that I'm shaking a little bit, that's a good balance challenge. That means my brain and my body are figuring out what to do to hold me up, okay? So if you need to, again, give that leg a little shake, and then we're gonna switch which leg is in front. So I had my right foot in front, so now I'm gonna place my left foot in front. And this might feel drastically different side to side. We all have slight differences, so it's okay if one side needs a little more work than the other. Maybe that means you need to spend extra time on the side that's a little harder for you. So again, we're starting with eyes open, and we're working on holding without arm support. And if this is where you stay, then you hold it for 10 to 30 seconds is a really good goal to reach up to, and then step out of it and try it again. If you're ready to do eyes closed, we'll try that now. So again, hold on to something, close your eyes, feel your feet figuring that out, and then slowly kind of lift that hand up. And if you waver, you can set it back down and reset. Just work on figuring that out. Good, and then open your eyes when you're ready. Step that foot out, give a little bit of a break. And then we're gonna go back. So left foot in front, up nice and tall, core is engaged. And now we're gonna add our head nods. So we're gonna look up and down, up and down, up and down, 2 more, and down, look up, and down. Excellent. Okay, again, step that leg out, give yourself a little break, and one more time. And then now we're gonna look side to side again. So we're gonna go right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center. I know it's getting harder. Again, take a break if you need. 2 more, right, center, left, center, right, center, and left, center. Good job. All right, shake that out. Now we're gonna work on single leg stance. So again, hold on to something if you need. You can vary this in 100 different ways. So start just with trying to work on, holding on, gently lifting one leg up. And here you're really gonna have to squeeze through those butt muscles to lift yourself up. So when you feel yourself wavering, come back to that center and squeeze through here. If this is way too challenging, start by having that right leg, just your toe on the ground, but so light that, it was on bubble wrap or an eggshell and it wouldn't break. And start there, and then eventually, as you get stronger and your balance improves, you can work on bringing that leg up, okay? And so everyone's gonna have different time on this one, so when you start to waver, just set your foot back down and try again. And similar to the tandem stance, as this gets easy and you can stay here all day, you can add in head nods here as well. So, that's a good way to always make the exercise more challenging. And if you're on one foot and adding, head nods, and you can maintain that, that's a really good place to be and to keep maintaining your balance. So we're gonna switch legs now because we've worked that one there. So for me, I'm on my right leg now. And you're gonna work on holding. These are also really easy to implement during functional life. So you're waiting for your coffee to brew or your tea to steep. This is a good time to stand at your counter and work on, can I maintain that balance, okay? Goal of, 10 seconds at a time on each leg without wavering would be a really good goal for people. So again, if you need to, add some head nods here, whichever you need to make this part more challenging. Good job. All right, we've got one more balance exercise, and I'm actually going to use a step stool for this. So you can make this kind of as with what you have at home. If you have a little step ladder or a little stool, and the purpose of this is to work on that changing of single limb stance, okay? So what we're going to work on is the ability to tap, and we're going to alternate. And you'll notice here, hopefully, that you can barely hear my toes tapping. So I'm not landing, all right? The goal is this smooth control, and that's working on that ability of my standing leg to shift weight and accept it. And so if you need to, you can slow this down to a speed that's comfortable. If it's too easy, you can work on speeding it up. We are going to keep eyes open here. But the goal is, again, that you're lifted and you've got good control. Just a couple more. This is also a little bit of an aerobic exercise if you do it long enough. So lots of different ways to get in a little bit of activity throughout your day. All right, now if you need to stretch your calves again, please do so. Spend some time there. The other thing, remember, stretch our neck muscles out, so that ear to shoulder. And then we'll switch sides. All right. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found these classes are helpful, and keep at it. Keep moving.